Hey folks, so obviously it's Matt Easton here, and this is a video with a difference. I'm sitting on a bench in quite a beautiful place. There is some traffic noise in the background, so apologies if that comes across a bit loudly on the microphone. But this is now where I live. I'll just give you a look around here. So this essentially is pretty much behind my garden. So you will have seen that we have a new house, a new garden, and we're a bit more rural than we were before. And that's great. I've always wanted to live in the countryside, and now I basically do. Thanks largely, it has to be said, to Lucy. So Lucy's from this sort of area, and so we moved here. What was it? Just over it was about a couple of weeks ago now. Actually, it's a couple of weeks today. We moved, and it's been great. But there's been another major change, which, aside from my close friends, you are the first people publicly to hear about it. So some of you will know that for the last year I've been working at Chiswick Auctions. Well, no longer. I handed in my resignation only a few days ago, actually, and it's with some sadness that I do so. And there are a variety of reasons for that, but one of the main reasons that I decided to resign was because I want to do more of my self-employed stuff. And to be honest, in the last year it's been pretty full on, and although I was working there part-time, so I was working there 3 days a week with 2 days a week self-employed to do videos and antique dealing of my own stuff, it was an intense 3 days a week, and really it was more than a 3-day a week job. And to be completely honest, it kind of took more out of me than I expected. I loved it, don't get me wrong. It was an absolutely fantastic job, and I've left on very, very good terms with them. I may well go back to Chiswick Auctions and do stuff with them at some point in the future. But for now, I'm going to focus on my self-employed stuff. So obviously, as far as videos are concerned, that's probably fairly good news, I would think. So I'm definitely going to be doing more videos. You've probably already noticed in the last week I've started doing more videos already, and the reason is because I've got the time to now. I can do videos within certain bounds pretty much wherever and whenever I like. Luckily I've got a very good friend, Alex, who is a film or movie editor, director, a little bit of a producer. So I'm going to be working with him on some of the projects that I wanted to do over the last few years, but I just simply haven't had time to because I've had like 4 or 5 jobs. So I'm going to hopefully be doing some more of those things. I've got a sort of ambition to start doing some sort of mini documentary things with him, which will probably feature on my channel, although we have talked about starting a new channel as well. Maybe we'll do both those things. In fact, we probably will. So I've got more time for YouTube, more time for Patreon. Hopefully I'm going to be able to contribute a little bit more to you guys on Patreon, rather than, I'll still be doing the 3 videos a month, but hopefully I'll be able to share a few more things with you as well. And I really liked the fact that recently I did that Lord of the Rings video, which I'm still working on, incidentally. It's quite relatively time consuming, but your feedback was very, very useful on that, and those of you whose suggestions are going to be used will get mentioned on that video. So I actually was working on that earlier today, but then I got diverted working onto a different video, which is the video which hopefully, if it all renders correctly, is going to go live on the public channel this evening. So there we go, there's the news. I'm no longer at Chiswick Auctions. I'm no longer head of arms and armour at Chiswick Auctions. I'm now head of arms and armour in my own house. I'm still going to be antique dealing, still going to be making YouTube videos, and in fact those are the 2 main sources of income for me now, so I'm going to be doing those more. Enjoying my new house. And also, it has to be said, some of my time, certainly in the next few weeks, is going to be taken up with a certain degree of home improvement, because our new house is bigger, but it needs quite a lot of things doing to it. So I'm going to be overseeing some of the work I'll be doing myself, but I'll be overseeing other people doing work on it as well. So I'm going to sign off there, and then leave you with this nice shot of the countryside, the valley behind me, and I will see you guys really, really soon. I'll do another video actually on the topic of Arms and Armour for the Patreon channel this month. So don't worry, you won't get another one of these videos of me just talking about basically nothing and myself. But thank you again for all your support. Patreon is absolutely the reason why I can justify doing YouTube as a part of my income and a part of my job. Otherwise I'd be out there, I wouldn't be able to do YouTube basically. I wouldn't be able to, well, I certainly wouldn't be able to do many videos on YouTube because I wouldn't be able to justify the time it takes. It's Patreon support that enables me to devote time to the public videos as well, and I want to be very clear on that because that is absolutely the truth. So thanks again for your support on Patreon, and I will sign off now and see you really soon. Cheers folks.